Hi friends. I realized my son has a fundraiser for his jazz choir tonight, and they need people to make desserts to auction off or to share. I'm going to try to make something that's worthy of auctioning off. If it doesn't turn out great, then people will still enjoy eating it. I'm making chocolate cupcakes with raspberry whipped cream and ganache. I just used a box cake mix, and for the ganache you need whipped cream and chocolate chips, plus a little bit of butter. You also need whipped cream, of course, for the raspberry whipped cream, so a lot of whipping cream for this. And you need raspberries, so you can puree them and put them through a wire strainer, and that will be added to the whipped cream. It'll be folded in. First I'm going to wash those and put them in the food processor. I already made the cupcakes, and I'm having some complications because I have to do this while my daughter's awake, because I have piano students coming over later. I really don't have time to put her down for a nap before then. Anyway, she has gotten into the baking soda. She sat on the dustpan and broke it. And she also broke my wire strainer. See that? It's still usable, but I was not very happy about that. I gave her one cupcake to appease her, and that's all she's getting. I'm using this little tool right here to poke holes in the cupcakes so I can put raspberry whipped cream in the middle. This is like a orange juicer thing. You stick it in an orange and then you can pour some juice out. Who's calling me? Is it a scammer? I think it is. Hello?
Hi.
Hello? Something wrong with the phone. Hello? No, my phone doesn't want to be on speakerphone right now. Anyway, the bigger the hole, the more whipped cream you can put in the middle. You don't want to go through the cupcake though, that would be bad. Now I can set aside the stuff I'm pulling out and let my toddler eat it. Okay, they've all been removed from their wrappers because I'm going to try drizzling the chocolate ganache all over them and see if I can get any on the sides or anything. When I eat them, I always wish I had more ganache. Okay, I'm going to puree the raspberry. Now it's in my broken strainer, and sometimes you have to apply a little pressure so that it will go through the mesh. Any leftover I don't use will be put in the freezer and used for raspberry lemonade later. I use 1 cup of whipping cream for the ganache, but I might need to double it this time. Better to have too much than too little. And actually, when you have leftover, you can use it to make some truffles. You just kind of scoop it up with a spoon. Then you add a tablespoon of butter to the cream. And once the butter is melted in the double boiler, then you add the chocolate. Okay, there's my cream and my butter in the double boiler. I have it over about medium-low heat. Okay, time to make the whipped cream. Add about 4 tablespoons of sugar. And then I'll whip it some more. The whipped cream is complete, and now we're going to add some raspberry puree. About 3 tablespoons. It's so pretty. You can actually make a sauce out of this. You can mix in some powdered sugar and use it over some chocolate cake. If I had 2 hands, I would be spinning the bowl as I fold this in. First time I had an idea for this, I was making some heart-shaped cakes with a friend for Valentine's Day. We did 2 cakes, so it was 2 layers, and we put some raspberry whipped cream in the middle. And a friend said, make a cupcake one for me. I wasn't really sure how to go about getting the cream in there, but then I just decided I'll poke a hole in the middle, and it worked out great. Since then, I've made these for a few events, and people really liked it. Bought this decorating kit, and it has these disposable bags. You cut off the tip and then put in the little attachment there. Hopefully it works out okay. The easiest way to get the frosting into the pastry bag is to put it in a glass and then fold it over. And the butter and the cream is melted, so it's time to add my chocolate chips. This is going to make my house smell irresistible. Sometimes it feels like it's all melted, but it's really not. There's still a little bit on the bottom, so give it a little bit longer than you think you need to.
His name is Brian.
Okay.
Yeah, no, their last names are like one syllable.
So the cream's going to go into the holes, and after the ganache hardens, after we put it over the top, we're going to do some more of this raspberry whipped cream on top of that.
I know, there were like so many Brian.
This is getting close to being done, but you see it's a little too chunky still. It needs to be completely smooth. And then we're going to let it cool off a bit because we want it to thicken up. Otherwise it'll just run right off the cupcake, and we want it to stick to it as much as possible. Say cupcake! Earlier my daughter said a sentence which was, I want a cupcake. Okay, this is now ready. I just have to, see it's still quite runny right now. I'm going to let it cool. I've turned off the heat. Then we can finally decorate these cupcakes. This seems to be cool enough. Once it starts kind of piling up on top of itself there, you know it's probably good. No one has flatulence in the background, they're just squeezing the ketchup out. Honest. Let's do a test cupcake. Have a ladle. Scoop up a little bit of chocolate. didn't quite get over on the other side. There we go. Let that cool a bit and then maybe add another layer. What do you want?
She wants to give you a hug.
No, she wants me to pick her up and give her a cupcake. That's what she wants. It's running down the sides a bit, just how I wanted it.
Are you done?
There's also some waste below, but that can be used later. Okay, now I need to put these in the fridge so the chocolate can harden, and then I can add more of the raspberry whipped cream. This is becoming like torture for everyone. I'm feeling pretty proud of these. I got a nice pan, well, disposable pan. I'm sure it's reusable though. And I put them back in the wrappers. Now I'm about to decorate with some more raspberry whipped cream. I might even put some raspberries in the middle. They're finally done. Seriously, this took me all day. Pretty much. So, they're not perfect, but I used a star-shaped attachment. And I had a friend who suggested raspberries on the top. I thought that would be a nice touch. And I hope someone will bid on them. I'll let you know what happens. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Thank you.